And we're live, man. Thursday night kickoff. We have the Green Bay Packers, San Francisco 49ers. First off, welcome back, Walter.
Thank you very
I
much. Thank you very much, man. I
so
Welcome back,
appreciate
bro.
it greatly. Glad
yeah,
to be
yeah,
back.
that's awesome, man. So little quick recap of the week. I know it was kind of crazy. We wanted to do a whole trade deadline show, but we went ahead and gave respect to what's going around the world and whatnot. But just a kind of little recap. Nothing major happened as far as trades. I think we had some minimal trades. I think DeAndre Washington, but no big name. DeAndre Washington going to the Miami Dolphins. But other than that, there was no big key players that were traded. Walt, do you have any thoughts on that?
I found it strange. I'm guessing maybe a lot of teams felt like there's a lot of guys who are going to be unrestricted free agents at the
Yes,
end of the season. So I think that's a huge reason why a lot of teams decided to just stand put.
that makes sense. Well, what about you, Kendo?
Well, I mean, I was kind of surprised because I mean, the team we watching tonight, Green Bay Packers, we thought they was gonna make a move for a wide receiver, but they didn't. They kind of stood pat. So we're gonna see how they look tonight. I mean, a couple other teams we thought the Patriots were gonna make a move, maybe move Gilmore or trade for a wide receiver or something, or just hell, just sell the house, as they say. They didn't do anything. So I mean, those are the
Well,
two teams that I had my own, but we didn't hear anything from them.
hold on a minute. The Patriots did make a trade. They actually got Isaiah Ford, the wide receiver from the in, and it
Well,
was inner division.
a big trade though. I mean, but yeah, they did make a trade for Isaiah Ford, the fourth string wide receiver from the Miami Dolphins. So I think it's a good move for them because the Patriots they don't have no wide receivers anyway. But I like what I've seen for Isaiah Ford. So, but it's rare that you see a intra division trade. You
Intra
don't see that
division.
like that. Yeah, most times those teams they try to keep those players away from the division teams.
Well, do you remember seeing Isaiah Ford in college?
Was it Clemson?
No, Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech.
Oh, that I'm thinking a whole different. Yeah,
It's all good. Do
yeah,
you
I'm thinking
remember?
about a whole different Ford. You said what now?
I said, do you remember being able to remember any of his game tape there at Virginia Tech? Isaiah Ford, the wide receiver.
Uh, Vaguely, considering the fact that up here, up north, I don't get really a chance to see too many of those ACC games.
Yeah,
But from what I do remember, he was a guy that could consistently get deep. He consistently got deep.
I, I
So
will. I will
hopefully
say,
that can help them out a lot. But they don't have anybody to give them the ball. Like things are really falling apart for New England right now. So maybe the Isaiah Ford pickup was just pretty much a trial to see how things will work out with them. Pretty much put them on a trial process for this from now going to the end of the season. If things work out, they may bring them back. If not, they can always cut ties with them. So we know how the
yeah,
Patriots handle business.
what do they say? Kendo,
Jermaine, I don't think Atlanta making the playoffs, bro.
hey, hold on a minute. I think they could probably sneak into the playoffs the way things have been
But
going.
look
It's
at
kind of
yeah,
crazy.
you get that extra team, and you know they thinking about putting 8 teams in both on conferences now.
I
So I
know.
mean, it's possible, but if the Falcons got a chance to make the playoffs, and the Patriots got a chance to make the playoffs.
It's true. It's true. I will say
Yeah,
this though.
but the thing about that is also we pretty much figure the AFC East is not the AFC East. The AFC North is going to get two teams in, right? We assume that they're going to
Yes.
get two
Yeah,
in. Um, the West may get two teams in with the Raiders and Chiefs. So New England's probably looking at a situation where they may need to win 10 games
Yeah.
in order to even
do,
have
y-
a
do y'all
chance.
do y'all see Cleveland getting in the playoffs?
Oof. I
No,
think I
I
think
think
last
I think
week's
it's going. Now that division is going to come down to Pittsburgh and Baltimore, in my estimation.
Yeah, last week's game against the Raiders was big for them, and the
Yeah,
Raiders came up big
yeah, I
on that
heard.
one. So I think the Raiders are the ones that would like Walter said right before. And going real back to that trade with Isaiah Ford, I will say this: he was a playmaker at Virginia Tech. What you're getting with that wide receiver is a lot of zone reading kind of wide receiver. So if anything, the last time that the Dolphins and Patriots made a trade, it was for Wes Welker, and we can
Hey,
remember that career he had with the
any wide
Patriots.
receiver the Patriots getting at this point would be a help because they don't have anything. So anybody at this point would be a help.
That's true. So let's
they
look.
they
Let's look.
signed Dante Moncrief too.
That's true. let's look ahead. Let's look ahead at today's game. We got the Packers versus the 49ers, man. Both banged up teams. Let's go ahead and Walt, what you got on the Packers? Tell me.
Oh well, of course, they're 5-2. Aaron Rodgers has pretty much played out of his mind so far this season. Well, aside from that one egg that they had at Tampa Bay, in Green Bay's 5 wins this season, he has QBRs of 127, 108, 125, 147, 132, and that's 17 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. So, yeah, to 0 interceptions. So everything Green Bay does from here on out is going to come down to him because defensively they can't stop anybody through the air and they can't stop anybody through the run. So it's going to be rough. But everything, as usual, comes down to Aaron Rodgers' right arm for them.
It does. So Jermaine Grimes says Packers will win. Kendall, what you got on the 49ers?
Well, there's not much because they so banged up. I mean, they're playing like second or third string. They played the Packers twice last year, and they stomped them both games. And none of those, most of those players not even playing. No, Richard Sherman not playing. Nick Bosa's not playing. I mean, I don't know when last time I've seen D Ford on that 49ers D line. Then the offense, IU, their first round pick, he's not playing. Kittle, Garoppolo, like I can go on. Like they're playing a bunch of backups. So if you're the Green Bay Packers, you got to ask yourself, if we're gonna beat the 49ers, if we can't beat them tonight, when are we gonna beat them? Because you got stomped both games last year. So I think it's a great opportunity for the Packers to win tonight. If Green Bay, if you win like Green Bay, you can't read too much into it because look what you're playing against. 49ers, nobody's expecting to win this game like everybody that they're playing with. So so it's gonna be a good game. I'm going with the Green Bay. I'm going Green Bay this game, and I think it's gonna get ugly.
So what happened to the Packers defense? Dalvin Cook, had a game. What do you have? Four rushing TDs. I think he walked away with. So or ran away with, right? So
let me ask you: if you're San Francisco, if you want to get a win tonight, how do you beat Green Bay tonight with all the injuries and the problems that you have?
You run the football.
Run it. You run it down their
You run the football. The people have to realize too. Kyle Shanahan's doing, to me, in my opinion, he's doing a solid job with that team this season.
Oh yeah.
If you think about it, defensively, they haven't been that bad. They've been right now. They're top 10 in 6 different categories defensively. And if you look at them offensively, they're number 1 in the league in rushing touchdowns, and they're 6th in the league in time of possession. So they're doing everything they can. They're 4-4 right now. If they can get a couple people back offensively, my question with them is, will they be enough to make Will they be able to make enough big plays offensively through the air? Because right now everything is just run, power zone, counters, run. Will they be able to make enough big plays through the air to win games? Because right now everything is just dragged down right now to a snail's pace for them offensively.
Yeah, and you got Nick Mullins at quarterback, and
True.
49ers need Kittle. Yes, they do. They do, and he's out.
Yes, they do.
I think he broke what was it, a bone in his foot, right? So I don't if I'm the 49ers, I am not bringing him back. What about you, Walt?
Not at all. Not at all.
What do you think, Kendall?
For Garoppolo?
No, Kittle.
For Kittle. There's no need. There's no need to bring him because I think their season about to get out of hand. So he's gonna be out probably till the end of December. There's no need to bring him back.
Yeah.
I don't see no need.
So Jermaine Grimes has a question for all of us. I guess he says, "Who will win the Super Bowl and why?"
Who will be in the Super Bowl and why?
That's a good question.
Oh man, this is a COVID Super Bowl, man. We don't know. It's hard.
I'm gonna go.
It's hard for me to go against Kansas City right now, though, man. It is.
Well, I look. It's hard to go against Kansas City, especially with Patrick Mahomes. But the way the Steelers have been playing, and they're still undefeated. I know it's a crazy year, right? With the COVIDs. 1 minute your starter, your superstar starter's playing, and then look at what happened to Stafford. Stafford is out because of COVID. That's your leader of your team. So I will say this: I am going to bank on the Kansas City Chiefs being in the Super Bowl. The NFC is a toss-up. At one point, Seattle looks like a dominant. They look so dominant, right? and it looks like they don't even need a defense, right? Because they've been playing without a defense. It's just been all offense. But if I had to guess right now, I would say give me the Chiefs against the Seahawks, and I would say it's going to be a back to back.
Well, I'm gonna go with a matchup that we're gonna see probably in like 2 weeks: Kansas City and Tampa Bay. I think it's gonna be the Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think Tampa will win because it's in Tampa, and fans or no fans, I think Tampa will win. Then they got Antonio Brown if he can stay on the field. Then all the receivers. Chiefs. I mean, Chiefs gonna be there. Their only threat in the AFC to me is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's the only threat. They're not scared of Baltimore. Who else in the AFC? The Tennessee. They don't fear them. And Buffalo Bills. They can't. So if the Chiefs can get past Pittsburgh, I think they will. I think the Chiefs will be there for sure, but they're not gonna win it. Tampa Bay gonna win it. Tom Brady getting number 7 this year in Tampa Bay.
Wow, you finally turned it around, man. So what do you think? Well, I mean, who could you make the case for if you had to early? This is not. This is. I mean, we're already like halfway done, but this is not official. This is just a guesstimation.
Yeah, I would say I would agree. I would say Tampa and Kansas City right now. And it's
Wow.
not just because of the Antonio Brown acquisition. I think defensively that Tampa Bay unit is playing solid now. They were good last year too. Their team could have easily well, we see now they've got better quarterback play this season.
Well,
But
yeah.
we made the case for last season that that team could have been a 10 or 11 win team last season if they would have had better quarterback play because the defense is actually there. So I believe right now Tampa's the best team in the NFC. And if anybody, I think there's only one team I believe can actually beat them, and that is Green Bay. Because I think on any given Sunday, Green Bay defensively can make enough plays. They have playmakers. They don't play well as a unit. But outside of not playing well as a unit, the Packers do have guys who make plays. And of course, you can never count Aaron Rodgers out.
Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and get our predictions in. I know Kendall said earlier. Well, who do you got in tonight's game?
Packers.
Packers. All right. Kendall, you want to go ahead and repeat yours?
I'm going Green Bay 27-13.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Packers, man. So that right there, it's across the board. I guess the 49ers do not have enough what it takes to stop Aaron Rodgers in that right arm, right? But other than that, we want to thank you so much for tuning in and keep. Let's see, we got a couple shows coming up. We're gonna have a special podcast with Christian and Riley. They are part of the East West Football Network. They're gonna be doing a podcast actually on YouTube covering the SEC. So make sure you tune into that. And then also Saturday in the huddle with Hayden, and then Sunday we got our kickoff show with Coach Hugh Jackson. Thank you so
Also,
much.
tomorrow we're doing a special Facebook Live podcast with Usama Young, former NFL DB
Oh,
from
that's
he
right.
played for the Saints, the Raiders, and the Browns. So he'll be joining us tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern.
And we also have a podcast coming out too. So make sure you guys keep in touch. And we're not gonna give out the name, but it's a pretty well known name. So you want to keep an eye with our social media, and we'll let you know. Thank you so much.